Okay, finding love again. Let me start by saying, and I had to end a marriage that was not working well. I tried my best, and I involved God, and thought things would get better. And instead of getting better, they got worse, and got so depressed, so frustrated, because I thought, as I said, to HIV, you would think that things will get better, you'll get closer with your partner, and it was never the case in my situation. And I started. I remember at some point it was December 2003, I think. No, it was December 2002 when I came for school holidays. I think only 3 days that I just slept at home. Throughout the holiday, he was away. And I didn't even know where he was. And it was in 2003 when I decided to, no, this is it. I just cannot continue living like that. And I got divorced in June 2003. And I think I lost hope in God, and because I thought God would make things better for my marriage, and things would get better, and I think that's when I backslided, and I never went back to church. I never prayed again, and my marriage ended like that. And I got closer to my family, and I got closer to my child, and it was difficult then for me. I couldn't cope for some time, and because I had no God in my life and I was doing things on my own, and I started dating again and thinking, no, I need to be loved, I need to belong somewhere, and I was rejected because I thought when I date, I really need to disclose my status. I couldn't bear being with someone without disclosing my status. I wanted to be open for them to know that there's HIV, and we need to work together to protect each other. Unfortunately, I was rejected by two guys, and immediately after disclosing, the one would commit and say, no, I'm willing to be with you, I'll support you, I'll love you through thick and thin, we're going to do this together, and then this will be the last day I see them, one will never come back again. So I met these two, I did it twice, and then after the second guy, I said, no, let me put a stop on this, and I just stayed without one in my life, and I finished my degree, and I started work. No. When I was doing my fourth year, there was this guy. It was my fourth year. We had a gathering in university and colleges. We came together. I'm not sure what we were doing, but it was just some kind of an entertainment where I met this guy, and I was doing a play, and we. Though I think somehow he was attracted to me, and I was also attracted to him, and but he never said anything to me until December that year. We met at the beach. I was invited by a friend of mine, and we went there. There was I think it was a pool tournament of some sort. So we chatted about the event. We ended up talking. We got closer. And he said she loved me, and he said, oh, this is December, maybe you just want a fling. And because I was lonely, and I said yes. We went out that December, January the following year, and I said to myself, oh, okay, that was a December thing. January, I forget about him, I go back it was, I was to start looking for a job that January, February. Oh, he was so committed. He would call me every day. He would tell me that he loves me. And remember, I took a decision of never to disclose to anyone because of the rejections that I experienced. But I knew that it's my responsibility to make sure that we use protection. I didn't want to be blamed at the end of the day. So I use protection every day when we have, So I remember March, we were planning in May. I had an awareness campaign that was coming in, and there was a guest speaker to motivate students again. So students from his college and university students were to come together, and I thought, he's going to be part of this. and even if he's not going to be in the event, but his friends will be there, and if I talk, they will tell him. So I was so obliged that I need to disclose and tell him. It was not a good decision, because at that point in time I was in love with him, and I had fears that if I disclosed to him, he might reject me, he might do the same thing that other guys did. But I had to do it. I did it. I wrote a letter, and I left a letter in his room in the morning when I went away. And I was so anxious, because I didn't know what he was gonna do. I left the letter. It was around 7 in the morning. There was quietness. He didn't call, he didn't say anything. Around 10. It was on Sunday. Yeah, it was on Sunday. I called him around 10. He said he's gonna come back to me. He called me around 12. And I said, what are you saying? I wrote you a letter, and his response said, I knew all along. I said, wow, what do you mean? He said, I'm coming, I'll see you tonight. We're going to sit down and talk. He came and he said, I knew the first day I met you. Apparently, when we met at the beach, he accompanied me to my sister's place, and we were going together from the beach to my sister's place. There was a lady that was standing he was like next to the road. When he was going back to his place, the lady called him and told him that, you know that lady that you're going with, she is living with HIV. And so he said that day when I spoke to you, proposed to you, I knew from that day, but I waited for the right time for you to decide and disclose to me. Otherwise, I love you irrespectively. I love you for who you are. So I thought, he's doing what other guys are doing. He's not different. He's not different. To my surprise, yeah, and he's the best person that I ever met. He's so loving, caring. He's so supportive. And that was in 2004, to 5, to 6. He proposed, to 7. We got married, and we made sure that we protect each other. And he's HIV negative. He's living negatively, I'm living positively. He reminds me of my treatment, he takes care of me. And my son, he's the father of my children. He's my father to all my children. He's the best dad, he's the best husband that I could ever ask for. And remember, when you got that kind of support, and when you've accepted your status, you live healthy, and you even forget about HIV. The time came when we're talking prevention of mother-to-child transmission. That's the best thing that one would do for the children, and that's the thing that is affecting most women that are living with the disease, because when you're despondent, like when one partner is positive and one is negative, so you really need to think carefully, you need to plan, you need to involve medical advices, you need to go through certain processes. So it's only then that, oh my God, I'm actually positive. I'm married. I need to get a child. And how am I going to do it? So it came back, it haunted me, and I got depressed again. So that's why when you live with HIV, you accept, you regress, you get depressed, and then you get back to normal again. So it's that kind of a process. Because now I didn't know what to do, and he was supportive even throughout that process until we went to see a gynecologist that advised us to do an artificial yeast insemination. If one wants to know more about it, they can contact me privately. I'll tell them all the processes. That's the process that we did, and we've got this wonderful, beautiful daughter there. She's awesome. She's the apple of my eye. She's perfect. She's a perfect gift, and she's a happy child. And I made sure that I'll protect her and my husband. And we did conceived through the insemination artificial with the assistance of the gynecologist, and I was so closely monitored with my health as well, and my husband is still negative. It's my responsibility to make sure that he's protected, and his responsibility as well. So we reached that mutual agreement that this is how things are going to be. And yeah, we've been happy since then. He's been there for me, he's been there for my family. And she is 4.5 years, and we thought that we need a second one. And There's another one coming, and November this year, and yeah, we're gonna rejoice again. And also, I'll take it to myself that she needs to be protected, she needs to be HIV free. And we did it through the same process, and we are happy. We are a happy family, and any woman out there, whether despondent couple, whether both positive, is possible, is doable. With a medical advice, with professional counseling, and that's what I do. I advise, I motivate, I educate, I do awareness campaigns. I'm a face to HIV, I'm a face to PMTCT, I'm a face to life after HIV and getting love with HIV. You know, those are the topics that I'm specializing in. And another thing, HIV in born again Christians, HIV in marriages, HIV in churches. You know, those are my topics that are close to my heart. Because someone would think that when with HIV I cannot get children, when I have HIV I cannot get love, when I'm born again I cannot get HIV, when I'm a professional, HIV is far away from me, and I cannot be happy with HIV. Those things are doable with HIV, with Christ, with the family support, with a positive mind and the determination to live. So I'm living for myself, I'm living for my children, I'm living for my family, and I'm living for Christ, and I'm living with Christ. And with Christ, it is possible, it's doable. He's a pillar of my strength, and yeah, it's me. Thank you.